Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a review of Jurassic World Rebirth. I saw this movie Thursday, and I think there's good things and there's bad things about this. It has its flaws, and I can recognise its flaws. And there is good things as well. There is a lot of good things, and I can recognise its flaws and I can recognise the good things and the flaws. I think there's a lot more good. I think there's a lot good, but there's a lot of flaws. But I feel like that leaves a couple of the flaws leave room for sequels, which is why they did them. So the family was well. I think it has its flaws. It definitely has its flaws. Firstly, this is a spoiler review, by the way, so this does contain spoilers. Click off this video if you don't want to get spoiled. Firstly, the characters. Jonathan Bailey is very good. He, the Titanosaurus, he gives that sense of wonder and sort of he's never seen these animals up close before, and he gives that sense of wonder and scale. Scarlett Johansson's character, Zora Bennett, is the average one. Although I feel like she turns from a mercenary into more of a person who you can see why she does things. A lot of the deaths are some of the deaths are gruesome, some of the deaths are skipped over. And then we have Jonathan Bailey's Henry Loomis, Scarlett Johansson is Zora Bennett, and Mahershala Ali is Duncan Kincaid. Now I can spot its flaws. For what it's worth, this film is there's a lot of things wrong with this film, and that necessarily could have been done better. Like, they don't even defeat the D-Rex, they just sort of leave it there. The D-Rex doesn't even get defeated, he's just sort of left there. The family is quite interesting as well sometimes. I did kind of want them not to die. Also, I'm saying good things, but here's its bad things. The main villain, whose name has completely left my mind, he's just Dennis Nedry copied and pasted. Like, don't get me wrong, I love good Jurassic villain, but he's literally is just Dennis Nedry copied and pasted. Like, I'm sorry, he escapes with the thing that get him so much money, and but then he gets stopped and killed in a car. You can't tell me that he's not Dennis Nedry, completely Dennis Nedry done for a second time. That has to be. And then, yeah, a lot of these deaths are memorable. And then Duncan, he doesn't even die. He's just somehow he survives this massive thing, which I kid you not, took a helicopter from the air and it was biting it from its mouth. That thing is huge. The D-Rex is huge. Doesn't even surprise. It kind of surprised me they didn't kill it off, but maybe that leaves room for sequels. But I don't even know how Duncan survived. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how Duncan survived this. I don't know how Duncan survived this. And also, the funniest thing is that a Snickers wrapper, you can't make this up, a Snickers wrapper is what gets this thing to make its first kill. You can't make this up. And by the way, that wasn't how the D-Rex escaped. It's confirmed to not be how the D-Rex escaped. That was just its first kill. But, yeah. I can notice its flaws, and It wasn't bland, but it wasn't the best thing I'd ever seen. I'm not gonna spoil where this would end up because that's the other video I've got in the works. But I think compared to the other things, it squares up quite well. But the spiders were every dinosaur so underutilized. The raptors were just a joke in the film for 15 seconds, killed off by the Mutodons, which I haven't even mentioned. I love the Mutodons, so cool. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and maybe comment if YouTube finally decides to turn on comments, and see what you want to see next. And my next video will be ranking all of